And welcome back, everybody. This is knightsaberZ42, and this is going to be a video on how to find all the golden discs in Owlboy. There's 3 of them to find and 3 locations to find to put them in order to unlock the secret section or area at the end of the game. This video is going to be divided up into 2 parts. The first part is on finding and collecting the golden discs, and the second part will be on where to put them. And that's as far as I will go with the video. If you want to see what happens after that, story-wise, you're going to have to check out my main Let's Play series, which I will go into. Basically, just you'll see my first reactions of what it is, what happens, and all of that. For now, we are headed up to the Owl Temple, and from the Owl Temple, well, we've already seen where the golden disc is. The only problem is we weren't able to get it, or actually, well, I didn't want to get it because I wanted to make this video, but for unsuspecting viewers, you probably thought that there's no way to get it, but it's actually quite easy, and I will show you what to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward until I actually get to that area. So initiate fast forward, time speed, here we go. Okay, so here you can see the golden coin, or the golden disc is right there. And basically all you do, come all the way down with Otis by himself, because if you have a partner, you won't be able to squeeze through. And there's this whole area here that you have to get through all by yourself, because you can't carry anybody, you can't even fly, so remember that. But these guys are pretty easy to take care of. Just whoops. Don't do what I do. There we go. Much better. And also you can deflect their shots if you didn't know that. So that is the first coin already. That is how to get the the golden disc in the Owl Temple. All right. So here we are in Strato, and I passed the area up a little bit earlier. It's where one of the waterfalls are. I just can't remember where the waterfall is. It's not down here. Yeah, definitely not down there. Oh, please let me through. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Come on. Oh yeah, that's where the secret pirate ship is. It actually could be right here. Yeah. I think it is right here. Should be up to the left, top left. You just keep going and going and going, and then eventually you reach there. I got there in a previous video where I was going through Strato and Tropo, and I always forget where all this stuff is. Yeah, it's over here. Okay, so at the tree there is a gold disc. And so there we are. Okay, so the third golden disc is actually at the end of the game, and I will go ahead and show you where it is, or actually I'll go ahead and show you how you can get to there after you've beaten the game. You can actually go back there, and I'll go ahead and show you how you can do that and get the gold disc from there. So I will see you guys shortly. And welcome. Here we are back at the floating tower. If you've already beaten the game, then you will be starting here when you reload your save. Sorry there's no audio and there's no music. My recording software really royally screwed up. But anyways, if you examine that light, you'll be given the choice to go back to Veli or stay in the present. And what you want to do to get the last golden disc, go back into Veli. And what you'll do is you're going to come all the way back up to where the rocket was and initiate that whole dialogue again. By the way, I went ahead and got the Bowgun Cannon challenge out of the way so I could get the cape. It's going to make things a little bit faster when you're traveling about and just really speed up the whole process. But anyways, that whole Bowgun Cannon challenge thing has actually been nerfed and buffed a little bit. And I say that it's gotten a little bit easier because to get the coins, you only need to get so many of the rings now before you actually get the coins, the value of the rings. So like, let's say I'm doing the first arc. Once I get all the rings in that one arc, then I'll get the coins. Now, with that being said, once you get all of the rings from that certain section, they disappear. So it makes traveling back that same way a little bit trickier if you don't exactly know what you're doing. So since I had plenty of practice, I knew exactly what I was doing. It just caught me off guard. So anyways, talk to the scientists and they'll take you back to the floating tower like here. And you can see that we're skipping a whole lot of the dialogue because we've already initiated it. Although some sections like I think it's where the piece is the bridge is floating up and your companions are like talking to you and whatnot. That is still the same. Well, actually it isn't. It's just the part before that, because when you actually start floating, it takes you straight up into the final part of the tower. So I'm just gonna quickly go through this entire area and I'll showcase it off real quick and how to complete it in case this is your first time doing it. If it's your first time doing it, then there'll be a little bit more dialogue and I'll make some stupid mistakes too. But there's gonna be more dialogue between your companions, and the big thing about this area is you can't fly. You can only like float down, so that makes it a little bit tricky. And I think I don't make it like, yeah, see, I just walked right off. How stupid of me. Yeah, get ready, because I think I'm gonna do it like 3 more times too. One right here. Number 1. But at the same time, I don't really want to fast forward through this area because it makes having to actually splice the audio in Audacity that much trickier. But yeah, it was kind of weird because DX Story was being stupid. I should have made that, by the way, but I didn't. I don't know why, but it set my default audio device to the actual speaker, and it was, since I wasn't using it, it just recorded nothing. So it was really infuriating. Like, I had just did this whole section. It's like 16.5 minutes long, but I'm going to be cutting it down for sure because there's a lot of wasted space. So this area, if you haven't done this, basically you're going to be jumping on these chandeliers, and when you get to the very last one up here to the left, you're going to be rocking it back and forth, and it's a little bit tricky at first, like to judge where you're supposed to jump off. But if you wait till the very last moment or till the very edge, and then you wait until the peak of your arc to actually float it, then you should be fine making it. Go to the left side first. I don't know why, but in this area they closed the door, but in the next area they kept the door open. It doesn't make any sense to me. So go to the left first, avoid all the spikes. There's spikes on the right side, the bottom, and then the ceiling to the left, and then the left side, and I'm just trying to trick you. And hit the switch, and that'll open up the door. And then what you can do after that, you can float down like this, or you could just straight up drop down and hopefully avoid the spikes like I do because I'm a boss, I'm an expert, and then just continue on to the right side. And then you can go through the door. Okay, so this is the area. There's three books that you can read, and they're pretty interesting. I did that in my regular playthrough, but I tried to go back to the switch, and look, it's already pressed down because they decided to keep the door open for me here. I don't know why. Why not the other area, but hey, who am I to complain? Oh wait, I can't complain because I still got to go this way. Actually, this is the way you're supposed to go. Okay, so this next area is a little bit tricky. What you're gonna do, you're gonna start by going in a free fall, or you can go into a free fall. Or you could take this disc down, and eventually it's just gonna go off into the pit of darkness down below, and then you have floating like floors or floating bridges or whatever. And some of them do break apart, so be aware. And they will float up. And if you continue floating up with it, you're just gonna start back from the beginning. If you fall at any time here, you're gonna start from the beginning. But make sure you maximize your arc for your jumps. And at this part, you need to hit the platform at the right time so you have enough time to actually jump off into the smaller rock pieces. And I was being stupid. Well, actually, no. This part, it was my controller's fault because my thumb, like ever so slightly, I guess, presses down on the up button. And when you're jumping and you press up, you actually start flying, which I really wish they wouldn't do. I wish it would just be like jump twice and you fly. But it is jump twice and fly, but it's also press up and start flying too. And you can see I actually did try using the joystick and I still had the same problems. So anyways, you're gonna ride this all the way up. And when you ride it all the way up, you're going to be given a choice to go left or right onto the small platform. Go right to the small platform and then continue going right, and don't fall because it will take you all the way back down to that really horrible spot where you have to time your jumps. So don't fall here. This is the easy part. So don't make any stupid mistakes, and just make sure the bridge is all the way up at the top. Maximize your arc when you jump and then float down. And there is the last golden disc all the way at the end, towards the end of this level. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and continue on with this part, and I will put a cut in until I get back to Valley, and then I'll show you where you're going to put the 3 discs. So see you then. Okay, so here we are back in Valley Village, and the first golden disc that we're going to drop off, the closest one, is actually going to be over here in Tropos. It's going to be on the right side, and I'm going to be an idiot and start looking for it because I forgot where it was. This is the entrance to Sanctuary. So after you put the 3 golden discs, you're gonna go back down there, and you're gonna initiate a new area. And really, all it is, it's story clarification. The white owl, whose name I actually forgot, it kind of explains. You can infer that this is how he knows what he knows, and he listened to the holograms and whatnot, and he made a decision that he wanted to save the world and whatnot, and he kind of knew how, or he figured out how. So the first golden disc was right there. It's to the right of Buccanary's shop. Yeah, down and to the right a little bit. That's where the Buccanary shop is. The next one is actually going to be up here in Stratos. I think this is Stratos, right? Or is this still Tropos? I guess this is still Tropos. Or no, this is Strato, yeah. So it's going to be up a ways. Like, I know it's to the left, but I actually forgot which way to the left. Actually, no, it's not. I made that mistake because I was thinking that it was going to be in this area where it branches off, but that actually turns out to be where you get the medal. I forgot where it actually goes. Yeah, it's not down there, dude. And it's not up there either. This is actually where you get the disc, and I totally spaced out on it. This was actually recorded days after the first, or actually, what I did was I recorded getting the 2 golden discs like a couple days ago, and then I moved on, and then I'm actually leaving today, and I wanted to get this video made and put out there so I could, finish the series off and move on to other things and start making other stuff. But yeah, the second golden disc that you put is actually going to be up here. If you go inside this area, that's not it, because this goes back to the pirate ship. What am I doing? It's like I've never played video games before. It's just been a while since I actually played this, and I forgot where everything was. It's a little bit further up. It's past this. There's a big open area here. Go to the right and do yourself a favor and actually destroy those things, because they're just gonna like really wreck you here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and skip to where I actually put the medallion in. Okay, so use twig, climb on up, and just zigzag your way. Stay out of the water from the waterfall. And in this next area, you're gonna put the second medallion in. So, boom, there you go. Slide it in, let it do its thing, and go back out. The last is actually not far from here. Yeah, do yourself a favor, take those guys out. Just like I did. Okay, so the last medallion is actually right up to the left of the last area that we were just in. There's going to be a lot of these poisonous puffball looking things. If you have the Spectre Cloak, it's going to be easy. Just dash right on through. You won't take any damage. If not, you're going to have to shoot or just dodge all the puffballs and just put the third one in there. And then you're going to see that the area where I first made the first mistake of where I was going, that's the entrance to Sanctuary. And so you can have a lot of fun there. Actually, it's not really. It's just like a bunch of dialogue that just tells you like how the owls messed up, and you can check that on my regular playthrough if you're interested, or you can do it yourself. But that's actually going to do it for this series. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Check the description for my Facebook and Twitter information. And if you're having any more troubles finding anything, whether it be Buccanary Coins, the key, or the conch shell, which I actually never went over how to get. You actually get it if you beat the Bogwin Cannon challenge. Just give me a message on Twitter or on Facebook or on YouTube, and I will be happy to respond. These videos I will also be posting up on Reddit, so if you came here from Reddit, yay, thank you so much for supporting. Just click that like button. It makes me feel good. And I will see you guys in the next series, even though I don't know what it's going to be quite yet.